Hey friends, I am back at this spot that I've recorded some videos for before. It's nice to be here. I'll be around this area for a few days, so I think I'll record some videos here. There's a lot on my heart. Maybe I'll just do a check-in first. I feel grounded right now and calm. I just did some Tai Chi and Tiri / shaking, and then did a meditation in the park. Had a good cry when I meditated. And there's just a lot of stuff in my body that I needed to move through, which is not abnormal, but feels good to be back. I feel sort of like myself again, more grounded. I'm really curious what that phrase means, like to feel like myself. That's an inquiry that I've had for a while. It feels like the best phrase for something, but also not good enough. But I don't know, it would be like feeling good, feeling normal, feeling baseline, feeling above normal even, like in contact with my strengths or gifts. I think I want to verbally process some stuff, which is a little bit different from my normal videos, but it feels good to do. It feels honest to do with this vlog. I wrote an essay last week on my newsletter that was kind of a combination of a thread that I wrote and then a letterbox review that I wrote of a movie. I was like, I should put those together and make it into a newsletter. Like, this is part of a larger whole. And the movie was Jim and Andy, which is a Netflix documentary that Sylvia had recommended to me. And the thread was about how, basically I said that I'm getting really good at being tashin. I'm really on my game in general in life right now. I'm doing well. To the point of like excellence. Like I feel like I'm doing flying colors at being tashin, passing with flying colors. And the better I get at being me, the more I get this like ick feeling, where in the thick of it, like I'm doing something that's amazing and great, and I'm having a really good conversation, and I'm saying something important or whatever, something that has an impact on someone, or getting some idea or whatever it is, writing a tweet, writing a thread. The more I'm in my element, the more I'm in my excellence, the more I'm in my gift, the more I have this subtle ick feeling of like, oh God, this guy again? Like, fuck that guy. I'm so tired of him. It's like you have to hang out all day with the same person and for years, and you're just like, I'm so fucking sick of this person. And yeah, he's nice and kind and interesting and whatever. He's got all these cool features of him. I love him, but I'm fucking sick of him. And yeah, I've been doing some experiments to get out of being tashin. It's like part of it is this really clear sense that there's selfing happening. It's like I am doing tashin. I am being tashin. I'm putting on a mask, a persona where I am tashin. And like these videos have actually been a big part of that. It's like coming into myself, acting the character of tashin and explaining his worldview and talking about what he thinks about. And that's good. I really think that's of service to the world, and it's fun for me. I enjoy it. It's incredibly unifying for my mind, like from a parts work perspective. It integrates the different parts to do these videos and just talk really clearly about what I'm thinking about. But then the more harmonized and unified I am as a mind, the more it becomes clear, like, oh, there's selfing happening here. There's tashining happening here. I'm doing tashin. I'm performing this. I'm acting as a character. And I'm just like, fuck that. I'm so sick of this guy. And there's this really subtle ick feeling that I can connect to really consistently. And it's like a little whisper in my mind that says, there's more here. There's more possible. This is fake. It's fabricated. It's saccharine. There's more here. There's more aliveness. And watching Jim Carrey was incredibly impactful, both last year when I watched it for the first time and this year when I rewatched it. I can't recommend that movie highly enough. It's such a dharma transmission. It's a movie about dharma as far as I'm concerned. Even though it doesn't talk about Buddhism, it's like it refers directly to the thing. And you can see it in his eyes. You see young Jim Carrey so good. It's like he's at the stage that I'm at right now, where it's like he's really good at being him, and he's this great comedian. I mean, I don't particularly love his genre of comedy necessarily, but he's really good at it. And you can just tell he's in his element. But somehow when you look at his face and his body, even though he can make all these weird faces and do all these funny jokes, he believes he's Jim. He's stuck on that. And then you look at older Jim Carrey and you can just see in his eyes, he does not care about Jim Carrey at all. He doesn't care about that concept of self. He is free from it. And then paradoxically, with that freedom, he's liberated to be even more himself. Like, he's more Jim Carrey than Jim Carrey was in the 80s. And I want that for myself. I really want that for myself in my own way. I mean, I'm not going to go be Jim Carrey, but I want that freedom. And I taste the prison of my own making of this self that I am. And I'm trying to figure out from the inside how to get out. And, you know, it occurs to me that a lot of my spiritual path so far has been very top down, very like head first, very reading books and figuring it out, or even beyond that, like giving away spiritual authority to other people, to teachers and books and whatever and traditions. And that's fine. That was part of the process. That's how I got here. I don't regret that. But there's a point where it starts to take on a life of its own, and there's a from the inside desire to see the path through and to figure it out for oneself and to free oneself. Like, you have to, the prison is of your own making, so you have to get out on your own way. And the things that you have to do to get out are things that no one else may have to do. Like, I had to make this guild, and I had to tattoo stuff to my body, and I had to LARP being this Tasshin person, you know, like I had to become this person and put on this mask and convince myself of various virtues and whatever. And there's things I'm doing now where it's like, I never heard anyone doing this, but I need to do this to move forward. Or like a good example would be writing novels. Like, I've just been so clear, part of my path needs to involve writing novels, and no one ever told me that. No one explain that to me. I mean, Mark talks about that a bit in meditation stuff in his book, meditationbook.page, but it's like there's a thing you need to do that your soul says you need to do to unwind everything that you've created, all the fabrications, all the lies, all the bullshit, and you're the one that has the key because you made the prison, so you have to unwind it for yourself, and you have to do it at a pace that feels safe for you. But it's kind of wild. Like, the more I peek down this road, the more I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And who am I becoming? Like, it feels freeing and liberating, but also, Jesus. Like, I don't know, if you watch my recent videos versus this person, it's like, who is this guy? This guy that swears a lot and is kind of angry and, Yeah, it makes me angry. I'm angry at this Tasshin person. Like, fuck that guy. I'm sick of being him. I want to be free of that. So one of the things I've been doing is every time I go to the bathroom, if I'm in front of a mirror, I like summon a character that's totally different from this Tasshin person. And I just allow myself to be someone totally different. And then from there, when I'm in this character, when I'm embodying this character, I let myself be someone totally different and say the thing that's true. Do the true thing from that character. And it's something that Tasshin wouldn't do. It's a truth that he wouldn't say. It's a truth he wouldn't embody. And oftentimes it's like silly or weird, or I like mock myself, or I'm angry, or I am more feminine. Like, all of these qualities that maybe Tasshin has some of, but aren't very strong, high characteristics, but are in there. Like, if you look at this body mind, you can see it in my face probably. Like, there's locked anger in this guy. He hasn't let himself feel that. And I fucking know that. It's not a surprise. You don't need to. I know that. Come on. You know, I've had this relationship with anger my whole life. And I'm learning to unwind that at my own pace in a way that's safe. But it comes right out. And it's just like, all of these qualities that Tasshin doesn't normally let himself do come out when I let myself embody anything other than Tasshin. And it's so freeing. And the metaphor that comes up is like range of motion becomes available, where like I was only here doing this, and maybe I was really good at doing this, but suddenly I can do this or this, or or there's so much more possibility of expression and more freedom of movement. And then I find that I get the ick feeling less, where it's like I go to a meeting where I have to be tasshin. I'm supposed to show up as tasshin, but I let myself act in a way that is different than tasshin would. Maybe I'm more intense or more angry or more yin even. Like, I don't know. It paradoxically, this seems like it, even though it'll be more intense, a more intense tasshin person, that it'll let me be more free and take things more lightly and more relaxed, and which is something I've known I need to work on. So that's been freeing. I want to talk about this insight I had yesterday about Peace Pilgrim too, which is I love Peace Pilgrim so much, and I love her teachings. Like Tasshin loves Peace Pilgrim. I don't really know who I am right now doing this video, to be honest. Am I tasshin? Am I not tasshin? I'm kind of in between tasshin and not tasshin. So here we are. Anyway, tasshin loves Peace Pilgrim and really is devoted to her and to her teachings. And for a long time, he's just read her books because he doesn't like watching videos of her, because her voice and presence is so intense. And it's almost like cringe for him, where it's like she's so happy and filled with so much joy and energy that it's too intense, and he kind of can't handle it. And so he prefers to read her books. But I realized yesterday how to put it. That's uncomfortable because I don't let myself embody that degree of joy or energy, even though it's in my body. It's actually in my body. And if I let myself embody that, then of course, like I will be happier, and I will be more joyful, and I will be filled with more energy myself. And also as a consequence, Peace Pilgrim's videos will be less triggering, where it's just like, okay, I can listen to this shit. I can just receive her energy and joy as she is, because I have that myself. It's not separate from me. And I really think my sense is that when I was a kid, I had so much energy and joy and weirdness and freedom, like a lot of kids, and that just got tamped down, and it got shamed, and it got blamed because it was uncomfortable for adults, and it was maybe not matching the setting. But I've learned to attune. Like if I was with you right now, I could look in your eye and watch your facial expressions and feel your body and feel how my body feels around you, and make choices that were in harmony with where you're at. But that doesn't need to preclude me being my fullest self, or me expressing my authentic emotions or my authentic feelings or my thoughts, and being real, being honest. It's dishonest to hide who I really am, and all of the joy and all of the freedom and all of the energy and all the anger and all the masculinity and all the femininity, like all the weirdness, all the silliness, all the joy, all the play, all the gifts, the strength, the wisdom. I can't hide any of that. I shouldn't hide any of that. Fuck that. There's no time for that. There's no time for that. This matters right now already. I want to live my fullest life, and that can't be held back by a concept of who tasshin is. Some identity. Like, yeah, there are roles, and we show up to roles in life, and there's attunement, there's matching people where they are, and there's ethics. I'm still committed to all of that, but not from a place of tying my hands behind my back or holding myself back. I need to show up authentically and vibrantly and in my fullest self again and again to this moment. It's not permission to act unethically, and it's not permission to just steamroll people. Of course, I still need to be balanced with calm and attunement and presence and harmony, of course. And I'm still figuring out how to do that, how to balance all of the different factors and what that even looks like. Like you can probably see it in this, I imagine that if you fast forward and watch a video that I make in 5, 10, 20 years, it'll be like, oh, he really integrated all of that. Like, it moves me to tears to think about like what that would be like. Like, Jesus, that guy's gonna be fucking awesome. And I'm cool now, and I love who I am. This isn't, when I say I hate myself or I'm sick of this, it's an expression of dissatisfaction with knowing more is possible, really sensing more is possible here. And I want that, I yearn for that. And so that was the Peace Pilgrim insight. And then last night I got to my hosts and my friend who I'd stayed with before, not at this place, but somewhere else. And she's really into clowning and impro and all that. And that's stuff that I've kind of been doing with, like this mirror stuff is stuff I've kind of invented for myself in that direction, where it's like, I haven't taken a clowning class. I never finished impro, but it sort of pointed to, oh, there's a there and you can just do this thing. And I was like, oh yeah, I want to figure that out for myself. I don't want a teacher. I don't want to take a class. I don't even want to read a book. I want to read other stuff right now. There's a lot of books I'm really excited about reading, but like, can I just do it? Like, I think I know how to go there. I have a sense of it. And so I've just been doing it. And then talking about this all with my friend, we just fell into it. And she and I did like clowning for like 3 hours last night. And I embodied this specific not-tasshin character for like 3 hours, and he did stuff that Tasshin would never let himself do. And it was so freeing. I felt like this weight lifted off of me. And then today it's like, almost like I took mushrooms or something yesterday, and it's like, wow, that was a lot. And who even am I now? How do I integrate everything I know about being Tasshin and the beauty of that and the strength of that and the glory of that with the freedom and possibility and aliveness and vibrancy and total unlimitedness of being this not-tasshin person, or all the other people that I could possibly be. And this video, I feel like, is coming from that teeter-tottering and the confusion of like kind of being Tasshin and kind of being not Tasshin, and not being as tight as about who I am or who I'm supposed to be, letting there be freedom in this. So, oh God, that feels good to say. And part of me is worried, like I'm sure this is intense for my friends and the people in the service guild. It's like, who if I show up to a call or a meeting with Tasshin or I hang out with Tasshin, like who's gonna show up? And I was so nice with my friend, like she just gave me total permission to be anybody. And I have friends like that, so I'm really grateful for them. Anansi's been really good with this recently, and I have other friends who I haven't talked to yet, but I just know like, oh, I'm safe to be myself, quote myself, with them, which means however the fuck I need to show up in that moment. Like, I'm not going to do something absolutely crazy, but I'm going to defy expectations because I don't even know anymore who I'm going to show up as. And I still want to carry forward all the momentum of the Service Guild and the different projects we're working on and move that forward. But like, Jesus, it's disorienting from the inside, so I could imagine it being disorienting from the outside. And I feel empathetic for that. Like, I don't want to freak somebody out or fuck them up. And when I've had rapid psychological change before, it's like, oh, I know this is going towards a good direction. I have faith in this process. I know it's going to be really good for me. I know I'm going to learn lessons I need to, and that I'll be stronger and better and more able to serve people and happier inside if I do this. But sometimes it's bumpy, and like I make mistakes along the way, or I hurt people, or like I get confused about things like, I don't know, social skills, which I hadn't much less of when I was a teenager or a kid, and have really worked hard to earn a lot of social skills. And then it's still like basic things can be very confusing to me still. Anyway, I think all this is really good. I think the process is good. I'm looking forward to meeting who I'm becoming, but damn, it's a little bumpy in the middle. And that's why I had to do Tai Chi and TRE and sit for a bit. I'm so glad I've been sitting a bit more recently. That feels really stabilizing and really grounding. I'm glad that I put in so much work to learning how to meditate in my 20s, my late teens, because I have that kind of available now. I mean, there's obviously much, much more to learn about meditation, but like there's a foundation that I can lean on and be like, okay, oh, let's calm the body. Let's energize the body. Let's bring pleasure into the body. Let's bring love into the heart. That feels so good, and like such a foundation for trustworthy practice. So and life, living a beautiful life. Like, that's really my goal with Dharma these days, is just to live a beautiful life. Like, this is how I would define what Dharma is today. I tweeted about this recently, but it's like looking at what's true, looking at reality, looking closely at that, looking at oneself, the world, others, being really honest about what's true again and again, and then living in accordance with that, such that you live a beautiful life, such that you live a noble life, an excellent life, a virtuous life, a life that is art. I've already been doing that. I've been doing that my whole life, but more art is possible, more truth is possible, more insight into what the Dharma truly is. thanks for being here with me, for your patience along the way and your support and encouragement. If this moves anything for you, I'd be super curious to hear about it in the comments. And in the meantime, I am sending you love. Take care, friends.